Houston, we have a problem. There are 12 missing SLS rockets in downtown Huntsville, and we've been tasked with finding them all on the Downtown Huntsville secret Artemis Trail. Now, in our last video, we shared a ton of unique pieces of art by local artists on the Downtown Huntsville secret art trail. But apparently, we missed a major component of these artworks, and that's 12 one-foot replicas of the NASA Space Launch System. How do you miss that? Anyway, with the help of Teledyne Brown Engineering, these replicas have been placed all over downtown Huntsville at various pieces of art from the art trail. So, of course, as you can tell, we're not in downtown Huntsville. We are at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center, so we're gonna have to get in our car and go downtown. You'll see why we were here later on in the video. Let's go. Teledyne is one of several companies in Huntsville that have actually contributed to the design and development of the real SLS rocket system. Now, if you don't know what the SLS is, I recommend you go check out our first episode of the What's So Smart podcast right after this video, because we spoke with the former director of NASA Marshall Space Flight Center, and she spoke about the agency's most recent project, and honestly, that episode shared a lot of interesting information. But for now, we are on a mission. Over and out. The Downtown Huntsville Artemis Trail has 12 stops. You can find these stops on the corresponding trail card found at the DHI office on Washington Street, or you can go online. Now, most of these stops you will recognize if you watched our art trail video, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I had no idea that we missed these while doing that trail. It seems like these might be kind of obvious, but who knows? Let's find out. All right, our first stop on the trail corresponds with the first stop on the art trail. It's the Welcome to Huntsville mural, and we are looking for a gray 3D printed 1 foot tall SLS rocket. Do you see it? Aha, there it is. It kind of blends in, but these are what we're looking for. So allegedly, there are 12 of these on this trail, and they're all at different stops from the art trail. So let's go find some more. Also, as you can tell, they're doing some spring cleaning in Big Spring Park, hence the very, very loud leaf blowers. So hopefully you could hear me. Okay, next up on this list is the infamous frog door, is what we're gonna call it. And the frog door is a door back here on this patio that is painted like brick to kind of blend in with its surroundings. Oh my goodness. So here's the door. The door. Here you go. You see that right there up in the corner? There is our rocket. Who knew? Did anybody see this before? Because I certainly did not. But there's 2 out of 2. All right, moving on. Wanted to go ahead and talk about parking. A lot of people are like, where do you park for these things? And the truth is, you can park anywhere. Just make sure you're paying for your parking if it's, you know, a spot worth paying for. Sometimes we have some free parking and parking decks. There's some free parking over by Northside Square. Weekends are a great time to visit, and after work hours. Now, if you are in the Washington Park Alley, Clinton Road Color Walk is down that way. But if you go through this way, we're gonna find our next rocket at the Refuge of Change mural, and there it is. You see it right there. That one's pretty obvious. That one's hard to miss. But you also get to enjoy this beautiful masterpiece, which again, this is something made by Drop Metal. So they make everything out of metal, aluminum. So this is a fun one, and they have a space series. This looks like this is the Beyond Neptune series. But I feel like that's fitting for our SLS, a little space theme. Welcome to the Rocket City. Check. Right. So next up on the list is Galactic Portal. You remember this beauty? This is a pretty hard one to miss because, I mean, it takes up the entire side of a building. But where is the rocket? That's what the people want to know. That's what we're here for. Well, if you go around the corner here, So there's Washington Avenue right there, right? You look straight up here, you've got a rocket. And it's as simple as that. So if you are on the corner of Jefferson and Clinton Avenue, Sea Salt will be right there on the corner. You walk into the parking deck and you've got this mural, which we've seen before. And you just keep going around the corner and looky there. You've got your rocket. Check. So this is the ramp mural, which I believe you should recognize if you saw the art trail. However, I do not see our SLS rocket. Update. I found the rocket. It's right here on the corner. So you gotta look for these rockets. They're not always gonna be obvious, and that's part of the secret Artemis Trail. So, again, this is the parking garage or parking deck that is located off of Clinton Avenue. It's right in the heart of Clinton Avenue. So where you see the string lights, or maybe you see Sea Salt, or Honest Coffee, or whatever it is. It's in between. So you're gonna wanna park here, or at least go up this parking garage just to find some of these rockets. Now I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. This is the parking garage we were just in. Now on the list of where all of these rockets are, they're not necessarily in an order that makes sense to me. I'm not saying it's a bad order. I think it's a perfectly fine order. However, this is gonna be your pro tip for taking the trail. You got The World is Our Oyster right inside the parking garage. You have a ramp mural right inside the parking garage. Well, right before you get to the parking garage, you have this beautiful ceiling piece called the Sea Salt ceiling mural. Well, if I zoom in, right there you get a third rocket on the secret Artemis Trail. You're welcome. And yes, this is the corner of Jefferson and Clinton that I spoke about earlier. So, that's your pro tip for the day. You can thank me later. All right, so when you exit that parking deck, turn like you're gonna head to Honest. And as you head towards Honest, you're gonna turn at the bottle, take this road, and look at this beautiful piece of work here. Remember this one? All made with metal, aluminum. It's called Tunneling to Callisto. But look at that. Why didn't I see this before? Rockets everywhere. That seems like that would be obvious. And somehow I was not, paying attention to the details. But look, it's there. So, check another one off the list. Tunneling to Callisto, check. Moving on. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. This next stop feels a little bit, I don't know, off the beaten path. A lot of these rockets are placed within a specific area of downtown, and this one's a little bit further out. But if you're familiar with the art trail, you'll know exactly where to go for this one. So here is our off the beaten path, as I call it, piece of art called Sidonia. This is another drop metal piece. And here is our beautiful SLS rocket. That again, I did not notice before, but alas, was here, allegedly. And now if you're looking for this one, this is off of, this is right down the patio side of Commerce Kitchen, so the back side of the restaurant. So if you're looking for a fun way to get outside or maybe keep your kids busy, this is a great option. This probably took me just a couple of hours to complete, but I will note that I did the art trail just a couple weeks ago, so I kind of already had an idea of a lot of these stops and where they were. So if you haven't done that, it may take you a little longer, but all in all, this could take you maybe a couple hours. It could take you all day. It's truly up to you. You can make it last as long as you want. But something else you can do if you're interested in the space theme is go beyond this trail and head over to the U.S. Space and Rocket Center to check out the brand new rocket park they installed in 2024. This is just the first phase of the newly renovated park, but it features information about each rocket and the exploration it took. So you're going to find the Mercury Redstone, the Juno 2, Jupiter, Jupiter C, U.S. Army Redstone, and the Saturn 1. There's also a section of the SLS Core Stage Pathfinder, which is what will take us back to the moon with the Artemis program, hopefully very soon. Also, something you can't really miss when you come to the Space and Rocket Center, it's this massive Saturn V rocket. I mean, look at this thing. I like to think of it like the Statue of Liberty of Huntsville. But now also seems like a good time to inform you that aside from the decades of space work our city has been a part of, we're also home to the original space camp. So if you find yourself looking for a little history lesson, or maybe a thrill-seeking adventure, the Space and Rocket Center is a great go-to for our space lovers. So in summary, if you're interested in space or history, or maybe you just like challenges, then hopefully this video gave you some options to entertain yourself and or your family. But if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to our channel as we plan to do some more trails moving forward, including our next one, which is larger than life on the Downtown Huntsville Beer Trail. I'm gonna go hydrate, but I'll see you guys there.